Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Ardis. This is the Dr. Ardis Show, and I'm so excited to spend time with you today. This is actually a podcast that's being recorded during the end of the year Christmas holiday season. And in lieu of that, I decided let's do some presentations on some of the incredible gifts that were given to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ at his birth. Those three things that were brought to him as a child, as illustrated in so many biblical stories, is gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, what we're going to focus on here are two plant-derived oils called frankincense and myrrh. These come from plants. You press the plants or the seeds and you get these oils out of those plants. What is so valuable about these essential oils? So this actual presentation is essential oils, why the baby Jesus was given frankincense and myrrh as gifts. But it's not just those plants that provide such incredible, miraculous healing properties from plants around the world, but they are summarized in a term called essential oils. So we're going to highlight some of the amazing health benefits and miraculous benefits of frankincense and myrrh. And then we've got several products, topical products that I carry, that I formulated way before the pandemic ever started. But back in 2018 and 19, I was using essential oils to create topical products for skin conditions. And I'm going to highlight some of those essential oils, incredible, miraculous benefits, so that you guys at home, everybody watching and listening, knows why it is I have so much faith in them and why it is I recommend them to you. Now, I'm actually wearing a shirt that somebody sent me. So I would just like to give a shout out to one of our fans. Thank you very much for making this shirt and a journal with the same cover, but somebody made this just for me and shipped it to us, and I had to wear it. All right, so here it is. Snakes alive. Love it. Two cobras, and in the middle is what looks like a coronavirus. Anyway, thank you so much for the shirt. It was incredible. Anybody out there who decides they want to make a shirt of some sort and you ship it to me, I'm going to wear it. I do like long sleeve tees. Actually, they're one of my favorite things, t-shirts. So anyway, the address is at the drardisshow.com. If you feel so inclined to create something for me to wear, I'm probably going to do it. So if you want to create something, snakes alive. Everybody knows, who knows me and followed me for a long time, knows exactly why this was created. So let's dive in. This is some of the many blessings of essential oils. Let's highlight frankincense and myrrh, since the baby Jesus received these as such valuable gifts millennia ago. All right, so here we go. Let's dive into the PowerPoint presentation here, and you're going to learn some miraculous things even I learned I did not know before. And I want to thank Braden, my son, for helping put together this information and research. It is phenomenal. Very well done. Love that kid. All right, so here we go. Let's dive in. You should all see the screen. Essential oils, why the wise men gave Jesus frankincense and myrrh. This entire PowerPoint presentation will also be in PDF form, free to download, just the PDF if you'd like to share. Many of the highlighted research information about specific health conditions, you can actually get it at the Patient Resources tab for free at thedrardisshow.com. You can scan this QR code to get on our email list to be notified when the next presentations are coming. You guys are going to be shocked. Many of you have essential oils at home, know about essential oils. Many retailers carry it. Many MLMs sell them. You're about to learn things you probably didn't even know before. It's going to be exciting. So here we go. Essential oils. What are they? Essential oils are compounds extracted from plants. Essential oils are obtained through distillation via steam and or water or mechanical methods such as cold pressing. From Healthline Magazine, this is an article from this year, February 2024. 5 benefits and uses of frankincense. Well, let's get into those. What are some of the incredible benefits of frankincense? Number 1, frankincense may help reduce the symptoms of arthritis. How many of you knew that? Researchers believe that frankincense can prevent the release of leukotrienes, compounds that can cause inflammation. Researchers only believe that because they figured it out in research, by the way. Terpenes, including boswellic acid, appear to be the strongest anti-inflammatory compounds in frankincense, just so you know. Now let's looking at osteoarthritis specifically, which is an inflammatory condition affecting millions around the world. In 2014, there was a study done. Oral and topical boswellic acid from frankincense reduced cartilage loss and joint lining, inflammation and osteoarthritis in mice. In humans, frankincense extract may help reduce symptoms of osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, just to summarize, Every researcher on earth who studies drugs, vaccines, and chemicals, even cosmetics, on mice, publish the reason we study all chemicals in mice first is because mice have the exact same genes human beings do. And this is exactly what they state. Quote, if it's going to happen to a mouse, it's going to happen to a human. That's why they study all drugs before they give it to you. They'd give it to mice and they want to see what happens to them. And everything bad that happens to them, they list as side effects. Then they do human trials. And whatever those horrible side effects are, they list them as side effects. All right, so just remember that if it happens in a mouse, it happens in a human. That's why we study mice first. In one 2018 review, frankincense was consistently more effective than a placebo at reducing osteoarthritis pain and improving mobility. Now, I want to highlight something here. I don't sell any frankincense or myrrh at all. However, you're about to learn if you bought frankincense or myrrh or had any of this in your possession, you now know how you can use it, which I think is even more exciting. In a subsequent study, participants took 169 milligrams of boswellia extract, which contains frankincense, twice daily for 120 days. Only 120 days, 6 months. Results indicated that the supplement reduced inflammation, joint pain, and stiffness in mild to moderate knee osteoarthritis without serious side effects. Now, on the fly, I said 6 months. 30 days or in a month, that means it's only 4 months. I stand corrected, but I corrected myself. Number 3, frankincense may help improve the symptoms of asthma. Well, how many babies are born in America with asthma? You know what Jesus didn't have when he was born in a manger with all that hay, animals around? You know he didn't have asthma, but there were no inhalers back then either. Anyway, there's a bunch of horrible side effects of inhalers. We're going to dive into those in a future presentation, don't worry. But did you know frankincense may help improve the symptoms of asthma? This is per Healthline magazine. Traditional medicine has used frankincense to treat bronchitis and asthma for centuries. Did you know that? Did your mama tell you that? Did your medical doctor tell you that when you had bronchitis and asthma? Did they ever say to you, you just need to use frankincense? Or did they prescribe antibiotics, antivirals, and nebulizers, albuterol inhalers, you name it? In one small study, people who took a daily supplement of 500 milligrams boswellia extract, which has frankincense in it, in addition to their standard asthma treatment, could take fewer inhalations of their regular medications during the 4-week study only. When researchers gave people 200 milligrams of a supplement made from frankincense and the South Asian fruit bale, B-A-E-L, called ale marmelos, they found that the supplement was more effective than a placebo at reducing asthma symptoms. Frankincense may have anti-cancer properties. This is probably what frankincense is most well published to be, anti-cancer. Even when you're diagnosed with cancer, it's not just to prevent it, to treat it. They're going to mention some studies here. Test tube studies suggest that the boswellic acids, frankincense, it contains might prevent cancer cells from spreading. A research review notes that boswellic acids may also prevent DNA formation in cancerous cells, which could help limit cancer growth. In one study of people being treated for brain tumors, they gave them 4,500 milligrams of boswellic acid extract taken each day, helped reduce brain swelling and accumulation of fluid in the brain while also lowering participants' regular medication dose. How miraculous is that? Now we're going to get into myrrh, just some of the overlying things of why this was so valuable for baby Jesus. Maybe baby Jesus didn't have any asthma because he was given frankincense. Maybe that's why they brought it to him. Maybe he did have asthma. Who knows? Now, Healthline magazine, 11 surprising benefits and uses of myrrh oil. Number 1, myrrh is known to kill harmful bacteria. One recent study found, they highlight, that burning myrrh and frankincense incense induced or reduced airborne bacterial counts by 68%. That means you get a diffuser and put a little bit of essential oil in it, it'll steam it, and in the air, it kills 68% of all bacteria in the air. How about that? Preliminary animal research suggests that myrrh can directly kill bacteria as well as stimulate the immune system to make more white blood cells, which also kill bacteria. That's phenomenal. In test tube studies, myrrh oil has strong effects against several infectious bacteria, including some drug-resistant ones. Anybody out there, if you or a loved one are put on antibiotics and they don't work, you don't see any improvements in 10 days or 14 days, 7 days, you should probably try myrrh essential oil and tell your doctor later what worked. We highlighted this for you in one test tube study. Myrrh oil at a low dilution of 0.1% diluted in water killed all dormant Lyme's disease bacteria. which can persist in some people after antibiotic treatment and continue to cause illness. Oh my God, every single millions of people in America diagnosed with Lyme disease. You're told you're bit by a tick. Now you're sick forever. And you can't get rid of your symptoms. I'm sorry, but did you know the bacteria that's inside of Lyme disease patients that causes all their symptoms can be completely destroyed by a 0.1% diluted in water solution of myrrh essential oil? Drink up, people. That's how powerful myrrh is. Bet your medical doctor didn't tell you that. You learned it here at the Dr. Ardis Show. Number 3, did you know myrrh supports skin health and may help heal sores, bed sores, ulcers? So now an in-lab study, they found that one test tube study of human skin cells found that essential oil blend containing myrrh helped heal wounds. Another study noted that myrrh and other essential oils applied via baths helped mothers heal skin wounds from vaginal deliveries. Additionally, in one test tube study, myrrh oil alone inhibited 43 to 61% of the growth of 5 fungi that cause skin conditions, including ringworm and athlete's foot. Any of you out there remember John Madden, the old football announcer and football coach and player? Remember his tough acting, tenactin commercials? You don't need tough acting, no nothing. You just need myrrh essential oil. It kills ringworm and fungus and athlete's foot. Now, for most of you, ringworm is a fungus. And I'm going to show you pictures of it later in this presentation. Ringworm, it's very well documented that tea tree oil is a known cure for ringworm and athlete's foot. Almost every fungi on earth is killed with tea tree oil and other essential oil. But I wanted to highlight this for you because myrrh is another option to consider if you have ringworm or athlete's foot. Did you know myrrh kills some parasites? In a preliminary study, women who failed to respond to standard drug treatment for trichomoniasis were given an oral drug, Myrrhizid, made of myrrh sap and its essential oil. And about 85% of them were cured of the infection. Myrrhizid is not a prescription medication. It is actually made up of myrrh sap and its essential oil. How incredible is that? You know what? Maybe this is why Jesus could literally walk around the entire Middle East. He was so healthy. He didn't have parasites causing chronic fatigue. Why? Because he was given myrrh, he was given frankincense, and then he had gold. We already highlighted the many health benefits of gold. It's incredible. But I want to show you what trichomoniasis is. This is a little creature that looks like that. You see it down there? These are the symptoms of trichomoniasis. This is actually very common, even in America. The symptoms of trichomoniasis are smelling, thin vaginal discharge, pain, itching and burning sensation in the vagina, burning during urination, lower abdominal pain, and pain during intercourse. You have any of those symptoms? Myrrh could be a benefit, and it can be caused by parasites, you're learning. And additionally, there was an animal study found that the same myrrh drug effectively treated Giardia. This is what Giardia looks like, these little bitty parasites under electron microscope. What is its clinical presentation? These parasites. By the way, Giardia is the most common parasite in America per the CDC. And 90 million people supposedly have it in America. What are its symptoms? Diarrhea, nausea, low-grade fever, malaise or weakness, greasy stools, various neurological symptoms, including irritability, sleep disorder, mental depression, abdominal distension, flatulence, weight loss, vomiting, abdominal cramps, urticaria. Urticaria is rashes, little red rashes all over your body. Could you imagine abdominal distension is one of these? You know how many Americans have a distended abdomen? What if all of them have Giardia? Myrrh is the answer. Some human research suggests that the myrrh drug also may be effective against the parasite Facilio gigantica, which can cause liver and bile duct diseases. Well, let's show you that guy. That's what it looks like, living in your liver. Now let's get into why it is that Dr. Ardis uses essential oils for skin care. We wanted to highlight first, though, why the baby Jesus, why it was considered, what were some of the miraculous health benefits of myrrh and frankincense essential oils that we have actually celebrated for years, watched on stages, watched in movies, watched in live nativity scenes. 3 wise men bringing these gifts. Well, those aren't the only gifts found in nature, squeezed out of plants, leaves, stalks, trunk, bark, seeds. The truth about essential oils and skincare. Here we go. Healthline magazine, 14 everyday uses for tea tree oil, for example. Tea tree oil may have benefits for topical use. It may target certain bacteria and support skin health when used as directed. I have a lot to say about tea tree oil. Tea tree oil may support wound healing. Research suggests tea tree oil may help reduce inflammation and trigger the activity of white blood cells that are essential in the healing process. In a small study of 10 people with wounds from 2013, adding tea tree oil to conventional wound treatment led to decreased healing time in all but one of those participants. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't like wounds taking forever to heal. You might want to consider tea tree oil with all your wounds. Tea tree oil is also known to reduce acne. The antibacterial effects of tea tree oil may help it reduce the presence of bacteria on the skin. Research from 2020 that application not only reduced the activity of bacteria, but also eradicated them in the lab after 4 to 6 hours. You have heard nonstop, the cause for all acne in all ages of people is caused by bacteria on your skin. That is not true. However, the bacteria they say that causes acne, they do find bacteria in the acne, but that's not what causes the acne. Acne is only caused by a hormone imbalance. The bacteria is everywhere in your body already. It lives there. Every part of your body has bacteria in it. When the bacteria gets trapped in the thick oil in an acne pustule, whitehead, blackhead, that's where they find the bacteria. Tea tree oil literally kills all of the bacteria that causes acne in 4 to 6 hours. Alternatively, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can make your own acne treatment by mixing 1 part tea tree oil with 9 parts water and applying that mixture to affected areas with a cotton swab once or twice a day. That might be cheaper than doing Proactive every month, by the way. And just so you know, we have tea tree oil in our products at the Dr. Ardis Show that actually are specifically designed to help with acne and other things. What about rosehip oil? This is the next essential oil we want to talk about. We already mentioned tea tree oil helps with fungus, candida, athlete's foot, ringworm. You just learned it also helps with bacteria. Now let's jump to rosehip essential oil. Rosehip oil and vitamin C. Rosehips are thought to have more vitamin C than an orange or a lemon. Vitamin C has antioxidant properties. Research shows that vitamin C may help reduce ultraviolet light damage caused by free radicals. Vitamin C also supports collagen production, which helps with scarring, reducing wrinkling. Finally, vitamin C may increase wound healing and help prevent dry skin. Rosehip essential oil, as you read here, has so much vitamin C in it. Many researchers think there's more in it than there is in oranges and lemons. Amazing. Other skin benefits of rosehip oil: reduced and reversing sun damage, reducing wrinkles, reduces hyperpigmentation, dark spots on your skin, treating mild to moderate acne. Now let's get into osteoarthritis relief. A 2008 review of studies showed rosehip powder reduced osteoarthritis pain better than the placebo with no adverse side effects. Yeah, the body loves plants, doesn't like drugs. The positive results from rosehip oil may be due to the polyphenols, the plant chemicals, and anthocyanin in the oil, which are thought to reduce inflammation and joint pain. The anti-inflammatory benefits of rosehip oil may make it a good option for people who cannot take NSAIDs or other pain medicines. Let's look at sea buckthorn oil. Man, I love this oil. Very few oils get me as excited as this one. So let's look at some of the top health benefits of sea buckthorn essential oil. It may protect your skin. It's rich in unsaturated fat, antioxidants, phytosterols, carotenoids, and vitamins E and K, all of which function together to protect your skin's integrity and promote its renewal. Sea buckthorn oil is also rich in palmitoleic acid, which is a type of fat naturally found in human skin that can be used to treat burns and promote wound healing. It's also a good source of linoleic acid, an omega-6 fatty acid that's the most abundant fatty acid in human skin. Research suggests that linoleic acid found in sea buckthorn oil may reduce acne and psoriasis, as well as protect against dry or scaly skin. Now, I want to speak to this. This is our clear skin moisturizing cream. Its main ingredient is sea buckthorn oil. So if anybody thinks this is just for acne, zits, pimples, you name it, no. This is a moisturizing cream that has sea buckthorn in it and each of the essential oils we've already mentioned so far, outside of frankincense and myrrh. The ones you're about to see are all in here. So if someone has psoriasis, as you're learning here, if someone has dry, scaly skin, or have wounds, the ingredients in this can be used and should be used. And you're reading what the benefits are here. Sea buckthorn is commonly added to various pro-aging or wrinkling reducing products. It's also a common ingredient in products intended to treat dry, irritated, flaky, or itchy skin. Studies reported lower psoriasis symptoms after application of a sea buckthorn extract for 4 to 8 weeks. You might want to consider our clear skin moisturizing cream with sea buckthorn oil as one of its main ingredients. That separates it from our cleanser. You just apply this twice a day, 4 to 8 weeks for those with psoriasis you're learning here. Also, the sea buckthorn oil may have anti-cancer effects. Sea buckthorn is rich in quercetin, a flavonoid which appears to help kill cancer cells. Yes, it does. A few test tube and animal studies suggest that sea buckthorn extracts may help prevent the spread of cancer cells. Who doesn't want that? Research in animals further suggests that sea buckthorn may safeguard healthy cells from the effects of radiotherapy, which is common cancer treatment. Well, anybody out there who's got loved ones who are being treated for cancer with radiation, you might want to consider letting them use our clear skin moisturizing cream to help the radiation they're going to be treated with create less damage to the healthy cells around wherever it is they're suffering from a cancer diagnosis. Here's a very common, very popular essential oil called lavender oil. Lavender oil may improve the health of your skin also. Lavender oil, is highlighted on the screen, offers several potential benefits for your skin, including reduced inflammation and improved wound healing. But you'll want to avoid putting it directly on your skin without diluting it first. Well, it's diluted in our cosmetics. Don't worry about that. Lavender oil for acne. Lavender oil works to kill bacteria, and this can prevent and heal acne breakouts. It unclogs pores and reduces inflammation when you put it on your skin. To use lavender oil for acne, dilute it in coconut oil or another carrier oil and apply it to your skin after washing your face. Or it's in both my cleanser and cream, both of them. And you don't have to mix nothing. You just put them on your skin. For a particularly stubborn pimple, argan oil from lavender oil can help reduce inflammation. Mix 1 drop of lavender oil. Sorry, argan oil is not lavender oil. Mix 1 drop of lavender oil with 1 drop of argan oil and put it directly onto a pimple twice a day. How about that? It also lavender oil soothes eczema and dry skin. Since lavender has antifungal properties and reduces inflammation, it can help eczema at bay and stay at bay. Lavender oil can also be used to treat psoriasis. The lavender oil helps cleanse your skin and lessen redness and irritation. It's in our moisturizing cream. You can put it in there. Put it on your skin, put it on your psoriasis, eczema, you name it. How about lemongrass oil? It's also in my cosmetics. Lemongrass essential oil is a popular tool in aromatherapy. It is claimed to relieve stress, anxiety, and depression and remedy digestive ailments. Everybody that actually gets our cosmetics says they love the smell. Like they just love putting it on because of the way it smells. That's the aromatherapy from these essential oils that these 2 cosmetics are loaded with. Antibacterial properties. Many people use lemongrass as a natural remedy to heal wounds and help prevent infection. A 2020 test tube study found that several compounds found in lemongrass exhibited antibacterial properties. And then this year, a 2024 review, they also found that the antibacterial properties of lemongrass oil may aid in the treatment of various skin conditions. For example, a 2022 study reported that lemongrass oil inhibits the growth of 3 species of bacteria that cause pitted keratolysis. Do you guys know what keratolysis is? Well, lemongrass is one of the primary ingredients in our moisturizing cream. This is what pitted keratolysis is. And if you know anybody with this, you might want to tell them to go get these essential oils individually somewhere or use our product. This is what it looks like on the sole of a person's foot. This is what it looks like on your hands. You'll see the peeling skin of this stuff. And another picture of a foot. This is what pitting keratolysis is. And in 2022, they found that lemongrass alone stopped the growth of the bacteria that creates this scenario topically on your skin. And it can affect your entire body, not just your hands and feet, but I'm just showing you examples of these images. In case there's anybody anybody out there, if you know anybody with pitted keratolysis, they do not know that lemongrass is published just 2 years ago to help stop the bacteria and cure this problem. That's why we do this show. Lemongrass oil may also have antifungal properties. A 2021 test tube study reported that concentrated lemongrass oil was effective in destroying Candida albicans fungi. Oh my God, all the women in the world, listen to me. You know anybody with vaginal Candida issues or fungal issues? This you need to know. Candida albicans is the most common naturally occurring fungus on the skin. This is some examples of what it looks like on the skin. I did not go into the vaginal side. I'm not showing any images here. This is on the body, the torso, what this candida looks like on the surface of your skin. The delicious yellow coated tongue you see there. It's either white or yellow coated tongue. I had many, many patients come in. I'd ask them to stick their tongue out after our evaluation, and they would have white or yellow thick coats on their tongue. You knew immediately they were just loaded with this fungus called Candida albicans. Then you'll see what looks like ringworm actually on the right picture. This is Candida also, and it can give a distribution that looks like ringworm. This image actually, when I first saw it, I was like, I think they might have mislabeled this. It looks more like ringworm. They're both funguses anyway, and they both die from the same thing, lemongrass. All right, now here we go. Let's look at grapefruit essential oil. That's actually one of the flavoring essential oils inside my cosmetics that people love. We have a grapefruit vanilla flavor essential oil for scent and aroma. But let's look at the grapefruit extracts. Did you know grapefruit extract by itself has studies showing that it displayed antimicrobial properties against potentially harmful bacteria like staph? Anybody know anybody with staph infections? Staphylococcus aureus, Enterococcus facilis, and E. coli. Wow. Well, this is amazing. One study comparing 5 essential oils found that grapefruit essential oil was one of the most powerful in regards to its antimicrobial effects against MRSA, MRSA, one of the worst bacterial infections you can ever get. A group of bacteria that's usually harder to treat as it's often resistant to common antibiotics, but it ain't resistant to grapefruit extract. Would you like to see, and grapefruit extracts in our cosmetics, would you like to see what MRSA looks like on the skin in case you're wondering, well, how does this apply to anybody I know or myself? Here's a MRSA infection on the left hand of the person on the far left compared to the normal hand on the right. Just so you know, MRSA also can get in the legs and make the legs puffy, red, seeping, just like you see on the left hand there in that image. MRSA also looks on other parts of the body, looks like what you see there in the middle and on the far right of the screen. Anybody know it's been diagnosed with MRSA, you should be known and told grapefruit extract should be considered. It's actually in our treatment cream. A test tube study examining properties of 60 essential oils found that white grapefruit essential oil had antibacterial effects against H. pylori, which creates massive amounts of digestive problems. If you're diagnosed with H. pylori, ask your doctor if grapefruit essential oil is right for you. Research shows that grapefruit essential oil may be effective in fighting certain fungal strains as well, such as Candida albicans, a yeast that can cause infections in humans, especially in people with weakened immune systems. If you're on steroids or antibiotics, you have a promising side effect of growing fungi in your body, including Candida. Grapefruit extracts also known to treat acne. One test tube study monitoring the antibacterial activity of 10 essential oils against what is called the bacteria that causes acne, a bacteria commonly associated with the development of acne. Researchers concluded that grapefruit essential oil does have some antibacterial activity against P. acnes. However, this activity was not as potent as other essential oils tested, such as thyme, THYME, and cinnamon essential oils, for those of you who are wondering. The best acne treatments and creams, according to the U.S. News, these are the 2 most common prescribed over-the-counter products for acne. Differin is number 1. Neutrogena is number 2. Let's look at Differin. Differin is used to treat severe acne in people who are at least 12 years old and older. Its generic name is adapalene topical. These are some of its serious side effects of Differin: burning sensation or stinging of the skin, and this is severe. Dryness and peeling of the skin, itching of the skin, redness of the skin. Those are the more common side effects. And then worsening of acne, especially in the first month of use. Well, I don't know about y'all. Acne was demoralizing to me as a teenager. I would never want to take anything that would make it worse. I don't care if it was a day, a week, a month. It's horrible. Differin has a side effect. It's more common during the first month to see worsening of your acne. But these are the very common side effects of Differin. Very common. This means 10% or more people are going to get persistent pruritus. Do y'all know what that is? That's 74% of all people that use it. It is a severe redness and severe itching of your skin. You'll see pruritus definition at the bottom of the screen for you. That's 74% of all people that use that drug over the counter. Persistent burning or stinging in up to 71% of people. Erythema, redness of your skin for 60% of all people that use it. Permanent red skin. You ever seen people with really beet red faces who've had acne or pimples? Their whole face is now beet red. It's not just red spots where the pimples are. That's erythema. 60% of all people. Scaling, that's peeling of your skin. 60% of people. Pruritus, the itchiness. Dryness, pruritus immediately after administration in 30% of people. Skin stinging, 22%. Sunburn, skin irritation in 1 to 10% of all people. Up to 1% of all people can have contact dermatitis as a result of side effects, eczema, dermatitis, skin swelling, and acne flares. And then allergic dermatitis and skin discoloration has been reported after trials have been completed. Now let's look at Neutrogena's. Neutrogena's main ingredient is benzoyl peroxide. You can see some other brand names of it. Acne Foaming Cream Face Cleanser, Acne Clear, Benzac AC Wash, Benzac. You'll see there's 100 different brands. I'm not opening up that tab to show you all of them. Benzoyl peroxide is one of the most common ingredients in all over-the-counter acne medications. Benzoyl peroxide topical for the skin is used to treat acne. You see at the bottom of the screen. Serious side effects include pain, burning, blistering, changes in color of skin, dryness, itching, peeling of your skin, redness, scaling, it's called psoriasis, stinging or swelling of the skin where the medicine is applied. These are your less common side effects. Serious side effects, they mention up there, it may cause some very unwanted effects, although not all of these side effects may occur. If they do occur, they need medical attention. Very common skin reactions. 10% or more people using Neutrogena with benzoyl peroxide are going to experience peeling of their skin and really burned redness looking of the skin. Up to 10% will experience dryness, severe itching, and contact sensitivity issues. And less than 1% will have burning sensation. Frequency, they don't know yet just exactly how many percentage of people have contact dermatitis, but that's awful if you've ever experienced. And then swelling of the face has been reported. Nobody really likes that, I don't think. Nobody wants a more swollen face. But those are some of the more common over-the-counter medications. You don't have those side effects with the essential oils. This is why we wanted to highlight these for you. You have alternatives. A review on the efficacy and tolerability of tea tree oil for acne. And tea tree oil is in both our cleanser and our treatment cream for acne. That's what they were designed for, but they can be applied for any skin conditions ever. Eczema, hives. If you have skin cancer, I would even recommend using them. I'm not joking. Almost every ingredient in essential oil is anti-skin cancer. It's pretty amazing. So let's dive into this study about tea tree oil and acne, just to help drive this home, how beneficial these essential oils are. Tea tree oil. Early study on Melaleuca plant, which is the tea tree oil plant, reveals strong antimicrobial, antifungal, and anti-infective properties, which accelerates its use in dermatological and cosmetological preparations. In a study by Fanblatt, 35 patients, in which 10 were untreated and 25 were tea tree oil treated, were subjected for the treatment of furunculosis. Furunculosis. I don't have a picture of that. I'm sorry. You have to go look that up. The scientists used tea tree oil and reported that the incidence of incision on the infected site was reduced. 5% tea tree oil gel observed to improve acne lesions. However, the onset of action in the case of tea tree oil was slower, but it was effective. In a single blind, randomly comparative therapeutic clinical trial, effectiveness of 2% only tea tree oil lotion was compared with 5% zinc sulfate. 47 patients with acne vulgaris were randomly divided into 2 groups. Group A used the tea tree oil lotion, and Group B used the 5% zinc solution. 2% tea tree oil lotion was found to be better remedy in treatment of acne vulgaris and was much beneficial than the 5% zinc sulfate. Now, this is directly out of the research study. There should have been a word, was much more beneficial than the 5% zinc sulfate. All y'all remember that. Tea tree oil outperformed, and it was only 2% tea tree oil. It was 5% zinc sulfate, which is used for acne treatment by dermatologists all over the world. Tea tree oil beat it. 2 double-blind investigations were carried on 60 patients suffering from mild to moderate acne. Patients were divided into 3 groups. First, treatment with cream containing 20% propolis from bees. Shout out to Dr. Jana Schmidt. 3% tea tree oil and 10% aloe vera. The patients that were treated with the tea tree oil, aloe vera, propolis, and erythromycin cream significantly showed high reduction in papules and scar lesion after 15 and 30 days. Now, they did it for 15 days and 30 days and wanted to see how much better was their improvement in their acne. Tea tree oil, aloe vera oil, propolis, and a drug called erythromycin, an antibiotic cream, all of them significantly showed high reduction in the amount of pimples and zits on the face. But wait till you read about erythromycin, the acne drug. All right, here we go. Tea tree oil gel and face wash for the treatment of mild to moderate facial acne. 18 participants enrolled for the study. The author found the average total lesion count was 23 pimples at the beginning of the study, was the average. And then it was 17 at 4, 17 pimples at 4, 15 pimples at 8, and 10 pimples at 12 weeks. The product was found to be well tolerated with no serious adverse effect. Tea tree oil has multiple natural advantages, yet some of them are being used by the industry. In the previous study of Revival, it is used cure-all agent is what they call it. Tea tree oil properties and the therapeutic approach to acne. This is where we're going to dive into some very specific things because I find it exciting. If people have acne, the number matters. The intensity matters. How big and cystic and scarring it all matters. Tea tree oil at 5% gel demonstrated good anti-inflammatory and antibacterial capacities, leading to a significant reduction in inflammatory lesions of pimples. 46% papules, pustules, 47% in a double-blind, random controlled trial on subjects with mild to moderate acne, and they only used them for 45 days. The trial also showed a significant decrease in the number of comedones. These are whiteheads, big cystic pimples. Tea tree oil, 5%, proved to be 3.55 and 5.75 times more effective in reducing the total number of lesions and the severity of acne, respectively. Regarding safety, tea tree oil. Okay. More adverse effects were reported in the tea tree oil group compared to placebo. Placebo was nothing. So they saw some things. They saw some pruritus, itching, burning sensation on application and scaling. However, their incidence was low and topical application of the 5% gel may be considered tolerable. Like tea tree oil, they report, lavender oil has antibacterial, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory properties due to its wide variety of constituents such as mono, sesquiterpene, and phenolic acids. And the effect of concomitant use of tea tree oil at 3%, together with lavender oil at 2%, by the way, both of these are in my cosmetics, on acne vulgaris was evaluated in an experimental pre-test and post-test. The results showed a significant result in the decrease of inflammatory lesions and the colonizing of lesions by the bacteria called C. acnes. The decrease in non-inflammatory lesions and the total number of lesions was significant in both groups. This group also presented a significant reduction in sebum excretion rate, how much pus in the whiteheads they're making, or blackheads. Then they did a comparative study with tea tree oil and lavender, and they did a design to compare it against a drug that your dermatologist will recommend for acne called erythromycin cream at 3%. Then they did 3% tea tree oil, propolis extracts at 20%, and aloe vera leaf juice. This formulation demonstrated a significant reduction in the number of comedones, papules, and pustules when they took erythromycin and combined it with tea tree oil, propolis, and aloe vera juice. The total number of acne lesions, the topical formulation developed for the study was more effective in reducing erythema scars than erythromycin. Erythromycin is this drug. They put it in a cream and they apply it to the skin and say it'll help reduce scarring. But what they found was tea tree oil, propolis, and aloe vera, all of which are in my cosmetics, my clear skin moisturizer, and my clear skin cleanser. Those ingredients are in there for that reason, to help reduce scarring and heal the body. Aloe vera from Burp F also has the antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties, as well as moisturizing properties that appear to be beneficial in treating acne. How about commercial essential oils as potential antimicrobials in treating skin diseases? How many people know with skin diseases? Eczema, hives, psoriasis, you name it. A case study of patients with 6 reoccurring warts. Let's talk about warts here. I found this fascinating. Alternative treatment. Now, just so y'all know, anybody with plantar warts, warts on their feet, just so you know, pay attention to this. This is freaking amazing. Alternative treatment consisted of 100% topical essential oil applied each evening, straight after bathing and prior to bedtime. After 5 days, a significant reduction in wart size was observed, and after an additional 7 days, all warts were cleared with complete re-epithelialization of the infected areas and no reoccurrence. Okay, this is important. They took an essential oil from a plant, put it on a wart. for only 12.5 days total. After 5 days of just putting on alternifolia oil, which I'll show you what that is in a second, after 5 days only, there was a significant reduction in the wart size was observed. And after an additional 7 days, 12 days only, all warts were cleared with complete healing of the skin where the warts infection was. Isn't that amazing? I find it amazing. The impact of sea buckthorn oil fatty acids on human health. Agro-food industry high-tech focuses on the oral administration of 3 capsules of something called omega-7, a fatty acid found in sea buckthorn oil. They gave that to 5 patients twice a day during 12 weeks. The results of the study show a considerable improvement of chronic vaginal inflammatory atrophy in 3 cases. Amazing. Sea buckthorn oil is very rich in fatty acids and can play an important role in several activities related to human health. PA has an evident clinical application on skin and mucus disorders such as vaginal inflammatory atrophy. Listen to these. This is what sea buckthorn oil is good for skin and mucus disorders such as vaginal inflammatory atrophy, skin hyperpigmentation or wounds, and infections. In addition, sea buckthorn oil has other different positive effects in high cholesterol, diabetes, and liver dysfunction have been demonstrated. Sea buckthorn oil is a promising product due to its diversity of fatty acids and its unique composition of omega-7 fatty acids group, and these fatty acids have a strong relation with human health. What about the antibacterial activity of certain natural-based plant oils against the antibiotic-resistant acne bacteria? The antimicrobial activity of a selection of 11 medicinal plant oils. They were looking at 11 different essential oils. Only the oils of tea tree and rosemary were effective against the acne bacteria. And it's in both of my cosmetics for the skin. Tea tree oil was found to be even more effective than rosemary oil against Staph aureus, Staph epidermidis, streptococcal epidermidis, and C. acnes bacteria. These are the 3 bacterial infections in order as on the screen. Tea tree oil was found to be more effective than rosemary oil by itself against Staph aureus on the left, S. epidermidis in the middle, and acne on the right. The antibacterial effects of some medicinal plant oils were tested against the isolated bacteria. Oils of tea tree and rosemary were found to be rich sources for essential oils with many therapeutic uses. Both are considered good candidates to replace antibiotics and acne therapy. Repeat that statement. Did you know? Scientists quote, I'm going to quote the scientist, both essential oils of tea tree and rosemary are considered good candidates to replace antibiotics in acne therapy. I wonder if your dermatologist will tell you that. Ask your dermatologist if tea tree oil and rosemary are right for you over the antibiotics they want to give you that are going to cause fungal outbreaks. For future in vivo studies, concentrations up to 78 milligrams per liter and 156 milligrams per liter of the tea tree oil and rosemary, respectively, to be applied as a topical prescription for acne. They're proposing what the mix is for pharmacists. Evaluation of the extract of lemongrass called Cymbopagan citrus, that's its science name, as a potential skincare cosmetic material for acne. Lemongrass extracts, activities of the 5 lemongrass extracts. In the present study, lemongrass extract, which had the greatest effect, produced an inhibitory zone of a diameter against the C. acnes bacteria of 13.36 millimeters at 0.5 milligrams per dose. The relative microbial growth inhibition rate of lemongrass extracts towards the bacteria that causes acne were also examined. Each of the 5 extracts were prepared at the presence of 500 micrograms or nanograms per milliliter and then added to the culture broth contained active acne bacteria. The lemongrass extract most inhibited microbial growth. This is the first report that lemongrass extract suppressed the growth of the bacteria that causes acne. We evaluated the cosmeceutical and the antimicrobial properties of lemongrass extracts and identified the biologically active compound in lemongrass. Based on our results, this extract of lemongrass is promising in a potential skincare cosmeceutical active against acne vulgaris. That's why it's in our cleanser and cream. Here's our clear skin daily cleanser. You will see lavender essential oil, melaleuca, which is tea tree oil. You will see lemongrass oil, and you see rosehip seed oil. This is in our clear skin daily cleanser that we recommend. What about the Clear Skin Moisturizing Cream? Its sister product. We have sea buckthorn essential oil is the first essential oil listed. Then sea buckthorn oil seed, it's the seed oil is first, and then the fruit extract of sea buckthorn oil. If you've ever noticed, sea buckthorn oil is really bright orange. That's from the fruit of the sea buckthorn plant. I included the seeds from the plant because the oil was clear and it reduces how bright orange sea buckthorn oil is. If you mix the seed oil with the fruit oil, we did this 6 or 7 years ago to try to get the tone of the color just right. And then we've got marigold flower extract. We have rose hips. We have citrus grapefruit peel oil. These are just some of the essential oils in those cosmetics to help you have a better skin experience. Here's our QR code to scan. I'm not done with this presentation. Here's our new book. That's our QR code. Scan that to get it on our email list. Also scan it to buy our book. If you don't have the book, you better get it. It's almost Christmas. You want to get it before Christmas. You might want to order it. Actually, this is probably going to come out after Christmas. But if you're going to order this, order it now. Give it as a belated Christmas gift, just so you know. I'm going to go back because there's a slide I recognize did not have a definition of a specific term. So I want to show you guys a slide that I know I looked over. I'd actually looked this up earlier. Every plant has a name in science that I don't really know. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take on the screen, I showed you the warts research paper, but I only showed you the name. They showed the scientific term. And on the top of my head, going through all these plants and all these essential oils, I don't recall which one this is. All right, so it's M. alternifolia oil. Now, I'm going to look it up right now, and I want to know which oil that is that has a common name so that you know what it is, because people with warts, you're going to want to know what it is. So just stay with me there. Don't move. I just want y'all to know the wart product. I looked it up when I was going through all the research studies earlier. That's the long scientific name for tea tree oil. So 100% topical tea tree oil applied each evening straight after bathing and prior to bedtime. After 5 days, there was a significant reduction in the wart size was observed, and after an additional 7 days, all warts were cleared, with even the healing of the skin from where the wart was. So anybody out there who's worried about seeing a dermatologist, you don't know where to go, know what medication to use, you don't need a medication. You need tea tree oil. Now, that tea tree oil is also in our Clear Skin Moisturizing Cream. It's also in our cleanser. We have them in there for that reason. But these are not 100% tea tree oil. So if you got warts, tea tree oil, don't ever forget it. It's incredible. 1 day in the morning after bathing, and then prior to bedtime at night. 12 days, all warts gone. God bless you all. I'm Dr. Ardis. Hope you enjoyed this actual presentation about why frankincense and myrrh were such valuable gifts for the baby Jesus, but what is truly some of the miraculous topical blessings of these essential oils that God gave us in the form of plants. And thanks again for my incredible shirt. Anybody out there wants to make a shirt, send it to me. I'll wear it, and I'll give a shout out to you. God bless you all. We love you. I'm grateful for all that you do. I hope you have a great holiday season. This show is being brought to you by my Nature Winds Clear Skin Cleanser and our Nature Winds Clear Skin Moisturizing Cream. God bless you all.
Disclaimer. Please note, the following presentation is solely for informational purposes and should not be seen as a replacement for advice provided by your physician. It is important not to rely on the information from this presentation for diagnosis, treatment, medication prescription, or any other form of medical care. Always consult with your physician or healthcare professionals before taking any medication, nutritional supplement, herbal remedy, homeopathic treatment, or pursuing any health-related procedure. If you have a medical condition or believe you might have one, promptly contact your healthcare provider. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking it based on this presentation's information as the products or services purchased from it do not establish a doctor-patient relationship between you and any affiliated physicians. Statements about dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.